So let's talk about ayahuasca and recovered memories. It is such a common occurrence that we come out of a ceremony feeling as if we've unearthed repressed memories, things inside of us that we didn't have didn't have consciousness around before. Sometimes when we unearth these memories, it's not a surprise. Maybe we get more details, we get more of an understanding of the things we've been through, and these are quite often traumas more than happy memories, because that's more likely to be repressed. So if you go through a ceremony and you come out feeling as if you have information you've been seeking for a very long time, that can be very validating. But if the information that comes through, which is often the form of sexual abuse, molestation, things like that, that happens in childhood, if you're shown something like that in a ceremony with ayahuasca, mushrooms, iboga, etc., and it doesn't make sense, and it's not something you previously had some sort of sense around, question it. Because here's the thing. The plants do not speak the same language that the conscious mind speaks. They speak more in symbolism. They reflect the emotions that we're carrying. And so what often happens with repressed memories is that what they show us might be an exaggerated view, exaggerated example of what actually occurred. So they may show us the worst case scenario in terms of sexual trauma. Maybe what really happened is some version of that, but not quite so extreme, or maybe involving somebody different. Now, why would the plant show us things in a way that they did not occur? Because the language that I use around this is that plants like ayahuasca speak the language of the heart, not the head. She doesn't care about the specific facts of the story. She cares about how we are feeling as a result of whatever has happened to us. So for example, she says to me around sexual trauma, for a lot of us, if she showed us the exact thing that occurred, maybe it was we walked in on our parents in a sexual act. Maybe, like me, your sibling showed you porn when you were really young and it was very traumatizing. We're so sensitive when we're little that things that our adult mind wants to read as no big deal is very much a big deal to the little beings that we were, and can create, especially exponentially over time, a situation of trauma that is actually quite severe. It can shut us down from our sexuality. It can freeze us in our relationship with our body. There's so many things that can happen. So when you're dealing with memories that have resurfaced as a result of a psychedelic journey, trust yourself first in that if you're sure it's right, if yep, this makes total sense, heck yeah, that can happen. But if there's this wait a second, that doesn't feel right, how can that be true? Before you go running and accuse anybody or make this a public thing, first, sit with the idea of heart facts versus head facts and see if perhaps what the medicines are reflecting is the reality of how you feel, but maybe not the exact details and story of what occurred. Because these medicines are tricky and any of these examples may actually be what you're dealing with. So, thank you for listening. Journey well. Much love, everybody.